Hi, I'm Anthony Analetto from SONNY'S, the car wash factory. And here I am in Augusta, Georgia. Yep, home of the Masters. Beautiful place, but we're out here in the inner city, Augusta. We're at a car wash at Sparkle Express Car Wash, where I'm going to meet with Gary Richardson today. He worked with Zeev Jossman, our distributor up here in Atlanta, to remodel this in-bay automatic and self-serve site to an express car wash, 5 rehab self-serve bays, 6 free vacuum spots in a little inner city section of Augusta, Georgia, where it was kind of run down, a little different clientele. He didn't just do it a mini express, he went through the entire property. Facelift on the building, nice stonework, fascia around the top, new equipment for the self-serve bays, credit card readers, bill acceptors, the free vacuum canopy with the shade structure. The site looks fantastic. It's got curb appeal. It's adjacent to a Shell gas station with a Circle K, and it looks like one property. They're now selling washes at the pump. His volume's increased at the tunnel by about 3 or 4 times what the old in-bay was doing, and it's slowly working. The plans are to add some more vacuums, advertise more of the free vacuums. They're afraid to do it now so they don't get too crowded, but I think when they do that, things are really going to pop here. I don't want to give you too much. Let's take a walk across the street. We'll meet with Gary. Zeev's here as well, his manager Anthony, and we'll take a look and see what they've done with the place and let them tell you how well it's running. All right? Come on, let's take a look. Hey Gary, thanks for having me out here again.
Yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you, good to see you.
It's a beautiful day to have a couple guys come out with some cameras and take a look around your property.
Yes, the weather's gorgeous today, the pollen's falling, and hopefully we'll wash some cars.
And like a little spring pollen to get things going, huh?
It'll make a car wash man smile.
Yeah. Well, we're up here now, it's Augusta, Georgia. I didn't get to bring my clubs, so I'm not really happy about that, but next time.
Next time we'll go over and play around. Well, that was a joke. We can't do that. But we are about 2.5 miles from the Augusta National. Okay. But we are in inner city Augusta.
We are. Yeah.
So the neighborhood, it has some challenges. Yeah. It has some challenges with hanging out, and that's what I did when we redid the property down here, Anthony. We had a self-serve that had been here 17 years. Okay. And a lot of hanging out, not an attendant on site, and so people always wanting to help and bum money and come up and approach people, and they didn't feel comfortable. And I had an in-bay automatic that was inferior. It was a touch machine, but it was old. The pay station, no credit card, no change given back, so it was just kind of hard for a customer to do business. Right. So I knew I had to do something, so I said, well, this new tunnel coming up, short mini tunnel, I think that might be something that would be really good, be a good opportunity to look at, so that's what we've done. And we have 30,000 cars, a little over 30,000 cars a day, Monday through Friday. There's a medical college down the street, a veterans hospital, and then the local community hospital. So a lot of professional people down, and that's the business that I'm trying to capture and go after. So, which it's coming along. We have increased our business probably 4.5 times in the automatic. Our handheld bays are right where they were, a little bit up.
So we're not cannibalizing the self-serve bays at this point?
Not at all. What we did is we raised our price a little bit in our startup time in our handheld bays, and we offered free vacuums for either the
entire property.
The entire property, the handheld, the express, only when the hours that the attendant's there. Okay. And if that's 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. right now, we'll increase that a little bit as the days get longer. Right. And then Sunday we're from 12 to 6. So we have 3 pay vacuums. So after hours there is vacuums that people can use, and we can keep that revenue coming in.
And just for a focal point, today's Saturday. Right. So that 30,000 cars, probably today looks more like about maybe 15 or so, or
about
20?
17 on the weekend, so in half.
Right.
In half.
And this is the city, even though Augusta's that nice place where we're really in the city, kind of in the
We are in the inner city. A lot of foot traffic through our lot. A lot of still people wanting to come up and help folks or aggravate folks or whatever you choose to call that.
Yeah.
But with our attendant, we just move them on. The convenience store next door, they've been great neighbors. We actually were able to tie in to pay at the pump, which is getting better, every month. They give a discount if somebody buys the top wash. They give 15 cents a gallon off. So that is an awesome.
Especially in today's market where the gas prices are starting to go through the roof.
Yeah, yes,
that's big.
And then the supervisor with the convenience store gave me the outside with my attendants to kind of patrol. So as people are hanging around in front of the convenience store or aggravating people when they're going in and out of the convenience store, he gave me the authority to ask them to move on.
That's nice.
So that's worked out great for both. It's helped both businesses.
And it makes it look like one property. It makes it look
does.
like you guys are really working together, and it makes the customer, I think, feel comfortable going to either business.
Yes.
So this is not your first location. Let's tell everybody a little bit about your history in the business. I mean,
Okay.
This is not your first
No,
entry.
I've been in the car wash business for 20 years. Was in the self-serve business. That's where I wanted to be. Get up leisurely. I started off in the convenience store business, and it was a family owned, and brother sister kind of went through a split, and my job disappeared. But I did have 3 self-serves at the time, so I acquired another self-serve, and that was in the early 2000. Then 2004, I heard the talk of Benny's doing huge numbers, Marcus doing huge numbers down in Alabama. So I said, I think this is something that we're going to have to address being in the self-serve industry. So I acquired a old full serve that a gentleman was redoing at the time, and I bought it before he even opened it. He did the upgrade, but I purchased it right as he was opening it. Right. So as that progressed, and I saw the free vacuums, we were $3 at the time, and I saw that the business just growing. I started selling off self-serves and started doing another wash, so full serve. So now, express. So now I have 3 full-size tunnels. I have the new mini tunnel that we just did a couple of months back. It was paid for, so I couldn't get what I thought I needed to get out of it by selling it, so that's why we went with the mini. And then I'm in the partnership with another 3 and 2 down in South Georgia, which is a mini, a laser wash, and 3 handheld bays. So, but I do see that this is it's just a way to just find that niche for those customers that don't want to do it themselves and in a hurry.
No, absolutely. Now the place looks fantastic. How much did we spend on rehabbing here?
We overspent. We spent a little over $500. We added reclaimed tanks. We added credit cards in the bay. We did the stacked stone. We added a new awning. We did the self-serve vac post that I really like, where people can pull in and the hoses are not laying all over the place. Keeps it all. It makes it look a lot neater. It's got the little canopy over it. So we spent a lot of money that we probably didn't have to spend, but I think I've captured some customers that would not have come in if I hadn't have spent that money.
I think the branding with the gasoline shell was one of those stores my wife would always go to when she was with the kids. If they needed to use a restroom or something, it always had a great clean image, especially these guys now with the Circle K in the store inside. And the curb appeal of the wash with the stone and the new face, I mean, it looks like a brand new building.
Well, thank you.
I
appreciate it.
It looks really nice.
Yes, it did. I think we did a good job, and I'm proud of the way it turned out.
Great.
So.
Great. Let's take a walk up and let's take a look at the equipment. Tell me how that's working.
Okay.
Hey, Gary. So tell me a little bit more about the competition. Do we have any competition in this area?
There's a couple of gas station in bays, probably a mile and a half in both directions.
Okay.
And then there's a self-serve probably about a mile. And then
Tunnel? Tunnel action in?
about 3 miles away, there's a tunnel that's a flex serve.
Okay.
So they do a good bit of express, and then they do a pretty good job with flex also.
Okay. That's not bad. And price points over here. What are we starting at? $3.99 I see?
$3.99, and what I wanted to do is I'm trying to brand myself as a chain. I have with the other locations in town. So I did basically the same menu that I've done at the other locations: $3.99, $6.99, $9.99, $11.99, and $14.99.
And we talked about that when we built this express model in the mini tunnel. What we told people was you could put all those services in that little 43-foot bay. And you're able to do triple foam wheels, tires shine, all no problem.
We've got it all, and it does a good job on all aspects of the car.
Yep, fantastic.
Very excited.
Yep. So your other locations that you have here, how close are they to this one, as far as the brand goes?
I have one right over across the line in South Carolina. It's probably about 5 or 6 miles.
Okay.
Then my two out in the outlying areas of Augusta, out in Martinez, Columbia County, about 10 miles.
Yeah. Hey Gary, in your washes, have you tried the unlimited wash program yet?
I do have it at one location, but I haven't promoted it like I need to. It scares me talking about $29 or $30 washing all you want, but as I go to the meetings and talk to the different successful operators and they talking about how good a program it is, I'm going to get started with it. We're going to go company-wide, all 4 locations. That was another thing. I didn't have the ability to do that, but I'm going with the wash card system where we will be able to tie all locations.
And they can use the same program at any wash?
Same program at every wash.
That's kind of nice. That's what makes it valuable. I think it sets you apart from the other operators.
Right, and we're, like I said again, I'm trying to become a brand in Augusta, Georgia, Sparkle Express, and that way I can promote it wherever you at, on the east side, west side, north, South Carolina, right across the bridge. We can still keep you clean and looking good as you travel.
Yeah, and I love the brand. I mean, the Sparkle Express and the logo with the splash, little guy there, is it really got some nice curb appeal, and I think it's nice to play with.
Well, thank you very much. And this is the little logo has served us well. We are very active in the community. We do the fundraisers. We do 2 fundraisers per month at each location. Let the kids come out and hold their signs, help us raise money and all. And so I think the parents, the kids, and everybody's tying the little water blob with what we're trying to do in the community, and I think it's really served us well.
I think it's a great idea to work with them instead of trying to challenge them and wash against them when they're on the corner washing by hand.
Sure.
I think that's a great idea.
It's proven good for us.
That's fantastic. Let's take a walk up and look at the menu and look at the pay station.
Okay.
What's our average ticket today?
Anthony, we're up about $750.
About $750 a car. Mm-hmm. And what was the price in the old in-bay before you did the changeover?
3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
No blower, no real high pressure rinse or any real rinse to speak of. Like I said earlier, no credit card, no change given from the pay station.
Yep.
It was hard for a customer to use. Took a long time. The $6 wash, they were in there probably for 5 minutes, and then it really didn't do anything to their tires or rims, so I didn't have a product to really sell.
Have the customers made a lot of comments? Have you had a lot of interaction with them since you did the changeover?
Very excited. The customers are very excited with the finished product.
Yeah. And I see today, I know it's been a few months, but I still see, and they're pulling up here and asking how it works, so a lot of still first-time customers every day.
New customers every day. Just like we just said, a guy came, just asked me at the gas station, hey, how does this work? It is that car wash right there, correct? And I said, sure. So we're building every day. We're attracting a new clientele. We're getting, I mentioned earlier, the professional, the nurses, the doctors. So cars that wouldn't have come on the lot earlier, we're attracting. So I'm very excited.
And I love the entrance right here at the gas pumps, because while they're putting gas in, spending 5 minutes over there, they watch 1 or 2 loads, so they know that they got the time to do it.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we're waiting 6 minutes for 2 cars in front of us at an in-bay. We're able to jump right over here and roll through.
Absolutely.
Well, we can see the auto cashier, we got the Hamilton HDK, and you carried the marketing and the branding right here to the HDK with the program they have for that.
I think y'all did, from SONNY'S did a beautiful job with our logo on here.
Yeah.
Also with the entrance arch, and just carried it through the whole thing, the theme of the wash, and I think it did good.
Really nice way to get the community involved, get the branding in here, you get upsells for the customers, you can do the couponing, which people weren't sure we're going to do in an express wash. But when the prices get up to $14.99, it affords you the ability to do some couponing.
Sure.
And gets them a reason to come in here for the first time and get a little bit of a discount. Well, that's fantastic. Well, let's take a walk in and we'll take a look at some of the wash equipment.
Okay.
Hey Gary, let's tell them about the equipment package. I mean, this is the 43-foot Extreme Express. So it's just the way we had it in the catalog. It's got the front wheel pull conveyor, top brush wraps, we got the bison brush, we got the pendulum tire shine so it doesn't go inside the bay, the blowers, triple foam, all the likes. But before we go there, tell them about this transition area up front, because this is kind of not the way we designed any new tunnel today. We want to go downhill. We're coming uphill about 3 feet and 10.
Yeah, it was a challenge with when we put it in. We had to raise up, so for going out, being level going out the exit end of the conveyor, we had to raise this in up, the entrance in up. And I was really concerned with you know, with it going up and people not being able to see, but it hadn't been a problem at all. We had to have a certain amount of length for it to flatten back out.
To keep the car up on the conveyor without
Right,
rolling away.
because if it was laying back, you know, with front wheel pull, it would just come right up under the tire.
No, I've seen them come from every angle, and they seem to be able to make the turn on from straight in from the pumps or from the vacuum side, and it seems to work pretty good.
It was tricky, and people really don't think that they can do it, but if they'll cut the tire and get it, they can come from either direction, and it just works beautiful.
Yeah. Now the conveyor, we went with the log chain. This is your first log chain conveyor?
No.
Oh,
I have 2 washes that I've changed out to the log chain.
Okay.
And I prefer the log chain.
You do.
So that's why we went with it here. The ease of taking a link out is beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let the air off, come along, hit it about twice, take a section out, put another section in, then you can just take a link out of that section and have it for the next time it's time to take another link out.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm a fan of the log chain.
Fantastic. And that's nice the way it works, the way it's planned.
Sure.
How about
Camera arches
Yeah.
for damages. We really have had maybe 1 mirror since we've been here in about 4 months.
Okay.
So we've had a couple of questionable, you know, that people say we did or whatever, but with the camera system, I think that's a very valuable tool for somebody to invest in and get them a good quality system so they can go back and it not be a question of whether it was there or not there.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. It truly is a piece of equipment that helps us manage the business.
Absolutely.
It's not so much that you want to deny the claim, but you want to prove to the customer that you're a safe car wash.
Absolutely.
And if you can show them that that was there before and you didn't make it any worse and the car looks so much better, it makes them believe in your system. And it's there to encourage them to come to wash, not to deter them from trying to put in a claim.
Absolutely. And when you tell that customer, hey, if I did it, I'll accept it.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, I can't.
Sure.
So and if you can show them, it kind of ends the conversation.
One of the things we talked about earlier was that my washes with the top brush, I have a top brush that I only use for waxing.
Right.
But in bug season, I'll put it on every wash.
Okay.
And my customers come in, if they buy that top 3 washers of 10, 12, or 14, then I let them wash until they're happy. And I also explain to them about the bug prep.
Okay.
And like you say, once they learn that it's kind of tough, they get it. But I tell them if they buy one of the top washes, they can wash as many times as they want until they're happy. If they had already bought my 5, I only ask them for the $5, 6, or 7 to get them up to that package. Okay. And I'll upgrade them to that package on the next time through. And it usually only takes 1 time.
I'll tell you, Anthony, that sounds like a great idea, and that may be something I would be interested in looking at. and from this industry is so great that operators can come together and share what works for you and what works for me, and how we can change things to help each other out. It's just a great industry to be in. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's family.
Yeah.
It's family.
That's it is. It's a nice little mom and pop still kind of industry that lets it work like that. All right. Well, let's talk about the rest of the wash package.
Okay.
You've got top brushes in your other stores.
I do. I've added a top brush. I think I had the first one that Car Wash Services installed from SONNY'S at my North Augusta location. And matter of fact, I have one that they will be installing tonight at a location I'm taking out of side to side and putting in a top brush.
Just to get that extra cleaning?
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. Big fan of the top brush.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. We're in the tunnel, and we talk about having all those services again that we can do in a big tunnel. From the front to the back, we start with the grand entrance arch, photo eyes. We still have our dual applicator arch, so we're getting complete coverage of the vehicle.
Right.
We've got our foamer for our top brush. We've got triple foam up front. We've got our electric top brush with our hush brush on it, with the Neoglide.
Right.
On the bottom, we've got our Bison brush for the wheels and tires.
Right. Rain-X.
Rain-X up above here, and that's right before the Durasoft wraparounds.
Right.
Right. And then we come down here, we've got Hydropel, the other paint sealant.
Double bond.
Double bond on the sides. We got
Wheel blasters.
pivoting wheel spinners, so we get the wheels clean completely.
Then we have the tire shiner.
Tire shiner, and this again was real short, so this is our pendulum tire shiner we designed just for these mini express tunnels.
Real short and real narrow. As you can see, Anthony, we had to notch out the brick in the walls on both sides
to let our arms swing back far enough.
To let it swing back far enough. So.
And then we've got 4 10-horse blowers.
Right.
So we're doing 40 horsepower.
Right, with the gators. We have the gators on them
Yep.
to cut off to save some electricity.
And up top here we've got the rain arch, the rain MA. So we've got drying agent, sealer wax, and we got spot free here. Are we doing spot free?
No spot free.
Water quality is good?
It is good water quality, but I'm still looking at maybe adding it, and if I do, I'll sell it as an add-on in my in-bay, handheld bays also.
Yep.
Mirror blasters on the side here.
Yep.
So.
And then this tunnel here, we did everything electric drive.
Everything electric except for the tire shine is hydraulic.
Okay.
Everything else is electric.
Was electric.
Then we have the guide rails that we put in to keep the car tracking straight.
Yeah, which for front wheel pull makes it just that much easier to maintain.
Had a tendency to want to pull to the passenger side, to the right there. So we came back and added that, and then we also added at the end exiting pad to keep the car straight as it's trying to head out.
Yeah. The kickoff plate makes it's a real nice transition. Sometimes people are afraid of putting something else down there, but it's so smooth the customers don't really feel it, and it actually rides them right in and right out the door. And the front door makes it easy to transition. Hey Gary, so you spent a lot of money. You spent $500,000, and it wasn't just the car wash remodel. You really did the whole site.
Yes.
So I'd like to tell everybody what we did in the self-serve base.
We in the self-serve base, we added the credit card, debit card. We added the dollar bill acceptors. We added the triple foam. We replaced our whole low pressure system, foamy brush, tire cleaner, free soap. We added the in-bay air dryers. That's pretty much it.
That and a facelift. We got a new fascia on the front of the building, and the walls look like they're brand new. What'd you do to the walls?
That we painted it. The new product that was out. It was I saw it at the show last year. I can't think of the name right off, but it's the triple step. You put a primer, then you put the color that you want. They have hundreds of colors.
And then a clear coat.
Then a clear coat protect it. If somebody was to come in and put graffiti or spray graffiti, or you get a lot of grease or something, you could kind of just hit a spot, rough it up, then come back and re-clear.
Yeah, they were right behind us at the booth last year. We talked to them quite a bit. But I hadn't seen it. I saw a couple buildings done, but not a self-serve remodel. And I was the painter for my dad's self-serve years ago, and it was a project trying to get it clean chipped off and then painted so it would hold up. And if you can get paint the last 2 years, was good.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh,
but
yeah.
this looks really good if it's only been 4 or 5 months.
Yes,
Looks like some good shape.
I think it's going to hold up real good.
Yeah.
We have the combo units from Frangomatics, the turbo unit.
Yeah.
Then we have the scent, and then I've got a carpet cleaner that I'm going to replace one of the turbo units with a carpet cleaner.
Okay.
So,
Now we did add self-serve vacs. We'll look at those in a minute. But the bays up here were $1 for 4 minutes. Is that right?
they were $1 for 4 minutes, and vacs were $75 for 3 minutes.
Okay.
When we did the upgrade, I went to $1.50 for the startup, still 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But then the vacs are free during the hours of the
regular
tenants.
hours.
Right.
So at night they can put coins in and use the Frangomatics to
Sure,
vacuum if they want to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's take a walk in and look at the bays.
Anthony, here's where we added the dollar bill acceptors. Here's the credit card acceptor, debit card. I had a hard time spending that money or thinking about spending that money, but when I looked at the convenience store next door and I see a red box, and the only way you can pay at the red box is through a credit or debit. Every fast food restaurant I go into has a debit card or credit card. I said it's got to work. It's got to work for us also. And it's slow coming, but it's growing every month.
They are starting to use it with the credit card as well?
They are starting to use it. The dollar bill acceptor's been very, very successful. This is all the functions that we have: the tire cleaner, pre-soaked soap, foamy brush, the air dryer, wax, triple foam rinse, and I do have that one spot left for that spot free that we're talking about, so I'm really considering about adding that. I have a tight equipment room, but we're going to have to find out a place to put the holding tank.
Yep. Now, on the credit card, do they get unlimited time until they turn it off?
10 minutes. And
So 10 minutes max.
It's a 10-minute thing. If your time runs out, you have to slide your card again.
Okay.
If it gets to, excuse me, not 10 minutes, $10.
$10.
So
Okay.
$10. We have it set for that. So if somebody swipes it and they pull out and they forget to hit the stop button, it's going to charge them $10.
Okay.
So, but if they get to $10, they just have to swipe the card again and start all over.
Anybody come back and complain that they forgot to press stop?
I have gotten a few calls, and you know, I try and work that out, gift card
Couple
or
tokens or something like
whatever,
that
however
to
to make it
easy.
work. Yeah.
They're a customer. You want them to come back anyway.
Right, want to keep them coming.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I got to tell you, it's been a long time since I was in the self-serve business. My dad had that when I was a kid, way back when it was 25 cents to start in a Greenwall mech, and we had 10 cents for infrared heat. But I know from prepping when I was in the full-serve business, what I loved, 1/4-inch hose.
Oh yes.
I see so many guys still using 3/8 hose, and the gun is so heavy, it's hard to use, especially for the women.
Yeah.
The 1/4-inch hose is a higher burst pressure, safer, and I think so much lighter and easy to use. Easy to take care of, big hose.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to get so worn out that you, dadgum, let me turn this off.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
want it to be light and so they can move around the vehicle.
Yep.
Added the tri-foam over right here, which that has turned out to be a huge success.
Yeah.
The neighborhood, they love seeing that change colors on that car and
Yeah.
the thick foam,
Yeah.
and then they get the foamy brush and
they
rub
brush
it
it in.
in, and
Sure.
you know, self-serve's all about selling time.
Yeah, that's it.
So
That's
if
all
we
it
can
is.
keep them here doing
That's all it is.
whatever.
That people know it doesn't take more than the compressor's running.
That's
You
right.
get a little bit of compressed air, you can make that pump run, and it doesn't cost you. It's not like running a high pressure pump.
Sure.
The more time they can spend on these other ancillary services, the more money you make.
Right.
So Gary, again, real small property. You were able to put up the vacuum booms with the canopies and the central vacuum for the free vacuums.
Yes,
Customers.
this has worked out really good. People are just pulling in. They'll pull in from the convenience store, and right now, since we're so new into the upgrade and all, anybody that wants to use a vacuum, we'll let them, but we let them know that, hey, it is for our wash customers.
Yeah.
Go ahead today, but come back and see us, and the next time you need a wash or whatever, and then most of them end up getting a wash that day anyway.
Yeah.
Anthony, we're thinking about adding 3 or 4 more down at the other end. I was just wondering how much suction I would lose here if I did add those 4 or 5 drops.
Well, we got a 25 horsepower over there, right? Normally 25 horsepower for us is good for about 8, maybe 9 drops.
Okay.
But the neat part is you got alternating every other nozzle.
Okay.
This nozzle here is bigger opening
Right.
than the crevice tool.
Right.
So when you run with the crevice tool here, this one here is using less air.
Okay.
So the hole is much smaller.
Sure.
So if you continue to do that, the alternating, and you do that all the way around the corner, we'll probably get away with maybe 10, 12 drops.
Okay.
So to add 4 more probably won't even bother it at all. And remember that depending on when they're using the vacuums, as long as these are put away, they're not using any consumption. So whoever picks it up gets the most performance. On the busy days, as they're pulling in, pulling out, that'll be your peak performance. But having them alternated, I think they'll be fine.
Okay. That's
No
great.
problem at all.
That's great.
All right. Like I tell you, this has been a pleasure. Beautiful day here in Augusta. Great site. There was a lot of good action this morning. It was pretty busy. Really enjoyed having us up here to take a look around.
Anthony, I appreciate y'all coming, and I couldn't be successful without good people in the business like Sonny's and with car wash services that takes care of me with my equipment, my chemicals and all that. And so it's just a great group, and I feel blessed to be a part of working with y'all.
Well, we appreciate it. We really do appreciate the business.
Thank you much.
And we hope to do a lot more.
I hope so.
Thanks a lot.